All right, thanks for tuning in to Leading Forecast. And wow, what a storm we have here! A crazy storm going on down across the Southern Plains. Let's go on over to it. Here we go. Look at this system out here. Huge system out across the United States. You can see the spin all the way back through here. Your low sitting out here. You got rain and some thunderstorms developing out here along ahead of the low pressure system. Rain up here, and then of course your massive snowstorm getting going out across the from the Rockies all the way out towards the Central Plains, even towards Wichita, Amarillo, places like that. Going to see some snow and quite a bit under it, or of it. Yeah, they're going to be under it too. Looking at the water vapor imagery, and look at all this water vapor just surging into the storm. This is just a classic snowstorm blizzard situation here. And tell you what, if you're down across Amarillo up towards Greensburg, out towards the western panhandle of Oklahoma, you're southeastern Colorado, northeastern New Mexico, this area, you're gonna get pelted. You're gonna get snow, and it is already snowing quite crazily out there. In fact, let's go on over. You can see this is the I was going to show you the latest radar, but unfortunately for some reason I couldn't get it up. But all the way over towards northeastern Kansas, Salina, all the way over towards Hayes, down towards Greensburg, and then back out towards southeastern Colorado. You're getting just snow, especially up here where you're seeing all this rain come into the cold air. Where this rain, the heavier rain bands are coming into the cold air. You can see blues there and almost blues down in here towards Wichita. I mean, just craziness. This is some of the heaviest snow bands I think I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen it turn like this deep blue here. And you're probably getting somewhat some mix, but there's just so much cold air filtering in down here that a lot of it's snow, and you're going to get some insane snow amounts over the next day or so. Going on over, here's the warnings. Blizzard warnings posted all the way from northeastern New Mexico, southeastern Colorado, Amarillo northward, up towards Greensburg, western Kansas, the panhandle of Oklahoma, all under blizzard warnings right now. You're crazy. It's just nuts. It's one of these storms that I look at and say, geez, that's incredible. Going on over, this is the national radar, and you can see here's all that snow on the backside. Your low pressure system kind of sitting right in here. And up here where that cold air is wrapping in, it's getting some very serious snow, and then some thunderstorms breaking out ahead of the low pressure system here. We thought we might have some severe weather down here today, but it just didn't materialize. Ended up kind of getting convective junk across Texas today. Going on over, there is a mesoscale discussion out for the snow out across central Texas, including places like Wichita, up towards Hayes, even Kansas City, kind of getting in on this, Garden City, places like that, Greensburg, all in this mesoscale discussion. Most likely area for blizzard conditions is this place out here, right through here. So, snow rates of 1 inch per hour anticipated with blizzard conditions over western Kansas. It's going to be crazy. This is a crazy storm. And looking at some of these snowfall amounts, predicting potentially as much as 18 inches across this area here. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised. I was looking at some of these models, and we'll talk about this in a second. If someone in this area, probably like right through here, doesn't get potentially up to 2 feet, there's going to be some really cold air that comes in tonight, and that's going to change our snow ratios to a little bit higher than, say, places more on the outside, out here. So we'll just have to wait and see. We'll show you that in a second. Severe weather C-Tex down here tomorrow. Slight risk down here. Damaging winds and some hail. Maybe an isolated tornado or two across Mississippi, western Alabama tomorrow. We'll just have to wait and see. And then another C-Tex for the day 3 down across Georgia as well as Alabama. Getting on over to the forecast models, and here's what I'm talking about here. Here's your low by later tonight. Let's see if I can zoom in on this a little bit so I can show you what I'm talking about. Look at this heavy snow breaking out across southeastern Colorado, western Kansas, and look at this really jolt of colder air than the rest of the air around it here. So that's why I'm saying down in this area, or out into this area, there may be an area where you get as much as 2 feet of snow with this system. I wouldn't be surprised to see that at all. And we'll zoom back out here. And then, of course, rain spreading up towards the Midwest, all the way from Missouri up towards Indiana into Ohio. And probably some rumbles of thunder eventually down here across Texas. Again, probably nothing severe. Getting on over, this thing quickly moves out. This is as we get into Wednesday. The system runs up here, and here's your system by Wednesday looking kind of junky up here, producing some rain across the Midwest as well as out to the East Coast. And then as we jump into Thursday, here's a secondary system coming in here, kind of a big high pressure system coming in here with a little trough digging in that's going to cause some snow to break out across places that are getting hit again, or that are getting hit right now. But rain and some thunderstorms potentially down across the south on Thursday. And then as we get into Friday, here comes that system kind of jumping up to the Midwest. This is the system we're watching that's going to kind of scoot across here. Everybody up here is like, oh, we're going to get a white Christmas. Well, hopefully, I know we're talking Indiana now, but, there's a potential we might still see a white Christmas out across this area here. We'll just have to wait and see. This is as we get into Christmas Eve. The GFS bringing a low here. Has the cold air line here, so snow is breaking out. You get some lake effect snow here across off of Lake Michigan. We get some snow breaking out from PA into central New York, rain along the coast. Then taking a look at the 500 millibar chart. This is the 500 millibar charts right now, and you can see these lows are almost vertically stacked here. As you can see over Texas. As we get into tomorrow, you can see here's this low. I don't know why my pin's not working, but the low is coming up over Kansas, over northeastern Kansas and western Missouri. Then another low down here in the Baja, in the western portion of the United States here. Let's see if I can get this back working. I guess not. And then as we get into Friday, here's another. This low that was down here ends up moving up and getting cut off here. And there we go. Now I'm back. Getting cut off up here, eventually going to kind of meander around and get caught back up in the system pretty quickly. This is as we get into Christmas Eve. Trough comes in. There's a secondary trough here. The thing is, everybody's saying, well, this could be a Christmas Eve storm. We'll show you here in just a second. One of the models is forecasting that. But the problem I see here is these two jet streams here don't really fuse together. If we go back quickly to our current storm, right there, we're not really fused together. We just have a big low pressure system coming in, but we just, this doesn't look quite as impressive. But going on over to the Digix model really quickly, this is Friday. You can see snow breaking out across Illinois and Missouri here on the backside of this system, where your rain snow lines right through here. As we get into Saturday morning, you can see here's your low kind of coming off here, and this puts quite a swath of snow right up I-70, say from like St. Louis up towards Indianapolis, up towards Cleveland. The Digix is putting quite a swath of snow, some, potentially as much as maybe 5 to 6 inches of snow in that little swath. So we'll just have to wait and see. And then of course the Digix brings it up and off this. I'm not really buying this just yet. That's late Christmas Eve because of the way the AO and the NAO and everything's lining up. It just, for me, isn't really saying this storm's. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm just saying it's not going to be that big. We might see a couple inches of snow in some places with this storm coming up for Christmas Eve. But as far as places seeing 6, 7, 8 inches, not going to buy it. So, anyways, if you're down across the plains from Amarillo to Greensburg, Kansas, over west into the blizzard area here, watch out. It's going to get. Here you go. This area. It's going to get rough tonight. Crazy stuff going on. So that's all I have for now. I'm sure we'll have another one of these up before Christmas time, focusing on that storm. So anyways, I've talked long enough. Have a great night. Have a Merry Christmas. And you can view us on SwiftChaseTeam.com or thedailyforecast.net.